Hi guys, so as promised, I'm back doing another video. So I was thinking I was never any good at scheduling videos, but I think I will try and schedule a video for Fridays at 11 a.m. So that's going to be my goal. I can't promise that I'm going to stick to it, but I think that's what I'm going to aim for with my videos. I have so many plants that need to be uppotted, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to do some repotting with you and also to show you some of my plants. So I actually just recently uppotted my Monstera Thai constellation, and it was so desperately in need of repotting. I have it a number of years, 5 years I have it. Now I have taken cuttings from it, so I think that has hindered the progress of it, but it really should be bigger than it is now. So I'm hoping that by repotting it, it will do better and give me larger leaves. So let's get going. Hi guys, my name is Grania and this is my channel Jungle Flowers Canada. Thank you so much for joining me. So the first plant that I'm going to repot today is my favourite Anthorium. I think it's the easiest Anthorium out there, and it is the Clarinervium. I haven't repotted this in, I would say, 2 years, so I would imagine it is desperately in need of a repot. So I'm going to show her to you here. Her leaves are stunning. They're so dark, and this can be neglected because, believe me, this one has been neglected, but it never seems to be the worst for wear for it. So in my opinion, this would be the easiest Anthorium out there. It's certainly been the easiest for me. So I thought, let's repot it. Now I do have a terracotta pot here, but I think I'm actually going to put it in. So this is where I had my Thai constellation, and I have a beautiful outer pot for it. And it's a bit bigger, but not too much bigger than the old pot. So I think I'm going to repot it into here. Now guys, something that I have been doing, so before all of the, I'm going to say hype, but before all the hype of adding things to your soil, like extra perlite, worm castings, orchid bark, all those things, I just used a well-draining soil, a good well-draining soil. And as of late, I've been very lazy and I've kind of gone back to doing that. And really, I didn't have any issues with the plants that I started out with. In fact, my very first plant, my Hoya carnosa compacta, is still in the same soil that I put it in when I got it 5 years ago. I always used Pro Mix. It's the one with the mycorrhizae. I will put a picture of it up on the board. I'll put a picture of it up on the screen. But when I was in Valley View Nurseries yesterday, I actually bought their soil. So I'm going to use that today. There may be some additives in here, but I'm not going to add any more. I'm just going to use that soil. I honestly didn't see a huge difference by adding extras to my soil. Possibly the worm castings would have been good because they obviously fertilize, but today I'm going to use my Osmocote. I'm going to add that to the soil. So that's just a little aside, and that's just my opinion. So actually, first of all, let's take this baby out of this pot and see what is going on with her. So I just have a tray here on my table. Let's, oh wow. Can you see that? It was root bound. This baby definitely needed to be repotted. I hope you can see the roots on this. They are fantastic. So I'm going to put her into this pot here. So I'm just going to grab my soil. I'm going to lay her on her side actually because I don't want to damage it. So this is the soil that I got from Valley View Nurseries. It's called Berger, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And I am just going to use this. This is actually the soil they use when they're potting up their cuttings. So you can see it has lots of perlite in it. I'm hoping you can see that there. And it's a nice light soil. Very similar to what I have been using in the past. So the roots are actually so heavy. And I'm just going, oh, let me get some Osmocote. Did I bring my Osmocote over? No. Oh, I did. I see it. I'm just going to take my Osmocote and I should have opened this before I started. I just sorry guys, Penny is sitting at the window barking. There's probably somebody going by. Okay, so let's top this baby up and hopefully she'll get bigger. That's the thing, her leaves kind of have stayed the same size for quite a long time. So I'm thinking it's probably because she was root bound. So I'm hoping, I'm spilling soil everywhere. I'm hoping that now I have potted her up, that she will put out larger leaves. I'm not great with moss poles, guys. Like, I made moss poles and then I never watered them. So I've just kind of given up on them. I usually just stick a bamboo stick in if I need to give plants support. Even with my Thai constellation, that's what I have done. So I'm going to do the same with her. I'm going to stick back in the stick that I had in her in the other pot, and then if I do need to give her a bit of support as she gets bigger, it's in there. I am making such a mess. I do have a tray on the table, but I think I might have missed the tray a few times. But anyway, there she is. Isn't she like stunning? Just what a beautiful plant this is. Absolutely stunning. Definitely my favourite and my most successful. I have others, but like they're like, let's put it this way, I won't be showcasing my other ones because they're not looking great. I don't have a lot of success with Anthorium. Now I have this gorgeous, it's the Monstera leaf pot that I had my Monstera in previously. So she's going to go in there. Okay. Plant number 1. Okay, so plant number 2. Oh gosh, it's not Schefflera. I can't think of the name of this. This is a Ficus. Very, very pretty Ficus. I will put the name on the screen. I bought her in Vandermeer's like a couple of months ago, and I have already potted her up to this size pot, and now I'm going to pot her up again. And I think I'm actually going to put her in this pot. This is great because I'm getting to recycle all my pots. And I just think her colours are gorgeous, aren't they? They're just, I'm hoping that that is focusing for you, but aren't her colours magnificent? So I have a few Ficus. I have Ficus Audrey up in my bedroom. I don't know how that plant is still alive, and she's still doing great. She amazes me. I hardly ever water the plants in my bedroom, but she just keeps on going. And then I have the Ficus Taniki and then the Ficus Ruby, I think it's called. So I have a few of them, but I'm delighted to add this one to my collection. Now you can see her roots there, hopefully. I'm hoping you can see that her roots there are, she's not completely root bound, but she could certainly do with an up pot. I just wanted to say a big thank you to those of you who commented on my last video. It was so uplifting. I could not believe all the beautiful responses that I got on my video. And like, it really warmed my heart. I didn't think I'd get that many views on the video. I certainly didn't expect the comments that I received. And I'm so humbled by them. And I wanted to thank each and every one of you for your comments. You know, it really helped me realize that I made the right decision. You guys really are amazing. And to see all those same names again that I saw in the past. So I wanted to say a big thank you to those of you who commented and to those of you who watched the video. Okay, so this baby is done. This may not take that long, guys. Now this here, this is Silver Squill, I believe is the name of it. I will put the name up on the board. And I bought this as a tiny, tiny plant. I actually got 2 of them and I gave one to Paula. I should have transplanted it sooner. You can probably see that she's busting out of this pot and really, really needs to be up potted. And I did buy these in Valley View Nurseries, but I'm thinking that might be too big a jump. So I think I may just put her into this one here. It's slightly bigger, but not too much bigger, and we'll gradually increase the size of the pot. So I don't even know what species this is, to be perfectly honest with you. I look it up and see if I can find anything. Goodness, she is like, she's stuck in here. Oh, I think I might have just broken a piece of it. Wow. Okay, so see how dry that is and how root bound it is. So this baby really needs to be uppotted. But she's really very, actually I'll wait till I put her in there to show her to you. Her leaves are stunning. And I always liked this plant. I had seen it like online before. I actually got it from Crystal Star Nurseries. When I saw it, I had to buy it. Wasn't expensive, but it's just, I think it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous little plant. I'm just wondering though, is that going to be, should I maybe try the bigger pot? I think actually, I wouldn't normally, but because I haven't had her that long, I up-potted her not that long ago, and when I see the root base on, I think she's quite a vigorous grower. So I think actually I will try this one. I know it's a lot bigger, but like I say, it's not that long ago since I potted her up, and she's very, very root bound. Like I said in my last video, I have ordered some more ingredients for my pon, and the charcoal is actually in. So once that's all in, I think I might just do another video of me making the pon, just as a little refresher. I'm not sure if you've watched my last video, but it wouldn't do any harm to bring you along with me while I make my next batch. So it's 2 years since I made that pon, and I've only had, this is only my third time having to buy materials or products for the pon. So it really goes a long, long way. I've looked at Lechuza pon, but you can't buy Lechuza pon directly from Lechuza. You have to go through Amazon, and it's double the price on Amazon. So because of that, I have never bought it. Like if I could get a bag for the actual normal price of Lechuza pon, I probably would try it just to see by comparison how it compares to mine. But I'm not prepared to pay $90 for, I don't even know how many litre bag of it. It's absolutely crazy. And I've had no issues with mine. My plants like love it. So if it ain't broke, I fix it, right? I can't wait for this to get huge. The leaf is so stunning on it, which I'm going to show you up close now in a moment. And I'm hoping by putting it in here, it will get much bigger. It seems to dry out. It was drying out very quickly in the small pot. So I'm hoping that it will retain the water. I can't even tell you if it likes to be wet or likes to be dry. I'm not a heavy waterer, and I probably water my plants on average once a week. Obviously there are some that like extra water, like begonias, etc., that I do add extra water to, but on average I water my plants, all my plants, once a week. I want to show you the leaf on this. Isn't that the cutest leaf ever? I don't know why my camera is going so dark. Well, I suspect it's got something to do with the fact that I'm very brightly lit in the background. I will give you an update. I think it will do much better now because it was definitely too root bound and it wasn't holding enough water. Because it definitely did look better than this when I first transplanted it into this pot here. So the silver squill, I believe is what it's called. So, I don't know if any of you remember this. This is the Syngonium Green Splash. When I purchased this, it was actually very expensive. I'm not sure if it went dark there, so I'll hold it closer to you again. Very, very expensive. I think I could have paid like $80 for this, which was a lot of money, I know. But I loved it so much because Kevin from Hakuna La Planta had one, and when I saw his, I thought, oh my God, that is so beautiful, I need to get it. But you can see that I haven't transplanted it in quite a while, and I think I'm going to actually propagate it as well and make some new cuttings and put them back in. Obviously I will propagate them in water, and then when they grow roots I will pop them back into the pot. But for now I'm going to use again one of these grey pots that I bought in Valley View. There are trays in the bottom here, and I'm hoping that once I put the cuttings in I will get a very full plant. I'm sure this has gone down in price, but the thing with this plant is it's very hard to find. It's not the type of plant you're going to walk into a garden centre and find. You're going to have to purchase it from a specialty supplier. I imported this from Indonesia. I still love my Syngoniums. I still have all my Syngoniums in my dining room window. I really want to invigorate the growth on this again, you know, get a fuller plant, because you can see I hate when they start doing this, laying to the side, and they just look misshapen. I'm going to pot her up first, and then I'm going to take some cuttings of her. So if you've been following me for a long time, you know I was an avid importer. Probably one of the first to ever import. And I did a video on how to apply for an import permit. So I started importing in March 2018. And, you know, it was a bit of an addiction, I'll be honest with you. I loved importing plants. Let's take a look at the roots on this. And yeah, so her roots, I'm not sure if you can see that, but her roots are curling around the bottom. So I think she's ready for a new pot. But I actually have stopped importing. The reason being, I'm kind of content with my collection. Now, that's not to say if I come across something that like really grabs my attention that I won't import again. There are lots of really beautiful Hoyas I see, you know, other groups importing. But right now, I'm pretty happy with what I have. And if I come across something that I absolutely have to have, of course, I would reconsider. But I made an inquiry. I was going to join an import group probably a year ago, less than a year ago maybe. And one plant I did like was the variegated ZZ. So I touched base with the organizer, and it was going to be $100 and something US to get one stalk of a variegated ZZ. And if you know anything about me, I'm cheap. Well, not cheap, but you know what I mean. I won't pay that kind of money for a plant. Well, certainly I have paid a lot of money for some Hoyas, but I wouldn't pay it for like a variegated ZZ. I don't need one that badly. I don't think people are importing as much as they used to, because so many plants are now available here. There was a time when like you couldn't get an Anthorium clarinervium here. You might have to pay a little bit extra for the plant specific, but when you factor in the shipping and the duty and the acclimation and all of that, quite often it's cheaper just to go and find the plant here off of somebody who has maybe done their due diligence, brought the plant in, acclimated it, and you now have a healthy cutting and you don't have to spend hundreds of dollars. So that's kind of where my opinion has gone to on importing. I really haven't got rid of much of my collection, and not like my pink princess is gone, things like that, but I still pretty much have the same amount of plants that I had when I last did my videos. So I haven't lost favour with any of them, but I don't have any great desire to increase my collection. I actually finished the video and then forgot that I said I was going to propagate my green splash Syngonium. So let's take a few cuttings of this. Like, she's very, I think I might go down and do a couple of cuttings, because she really is very leggy here, isn't she? She's certainly not looking the best that I think she could look. So I won't go too far, but I think I'm going to go, hopefully you can see that, but I think I'm going to start around here. So the nodes are actually very close together on this plant. So let's take a chop there. I think actually I will take a second one, because I'm not liking what she's doing. So I'm going to go in here and take another cutting. Okay, it's the second cutting. So I may have to take some leaves off for water propagation, probably the bottom leaf. And when these have rooted, I will come back to you and we will pop them back into this pot. Okay, thanks guys. So guys, I was actually going to do some pon repotting as well, but I think I'm going to leave that for another video, because I do have lots of cuttings and I do have a lot of Hoya that need attending to. So this is not going to be a very long video, but I'm hoping that it was enjoyable for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. If you watched till the end, don't forget to put the green heart emoji in the comments, and thank you so much for joining me. Take care.